Hey everyone, Dennis K here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you're watching this video. Today, I wanted to share with you a typical email that I get from clients. Now, I'm going to keep their names anonymous, obviously, because they haven't given me permission to share this information as far as who they are. But this is an email that I typically get. It tells me a little bit about what the people are looking to do, and they come with a slew of questions that they would like answers to. And then obviously this couple is in their research stage, but I'll do my best to get back with them. And I thought on this one, since a lot of these questions are questions that you might have as a viewer of my channel, I would just record my reply and then post this, and then everybody can get the same information at the same time. So first of all, I really like this first paragraph because it tells me what they're looking to do short-term and long-term. So they want a place to use on the island now for a few weeks a year. They want to Airbnb it when they're not using it. And then eventually, when they retire, they want to split their time between Belize and wherever home is. Could be the United States, Canada, Europe, I'm not sure. And then this couple lets me know that they have about $50,000 to use. So great start. I like this kind of introduction. Lets me know a little bit about them. What I would ask in addition to this is, have you been to Belize before? And how familiar are you with Ambergris Caye? That would let me know how detailed I need to go into some of my descriptions of areas and properties and things like this. So first of all, their first question is, should they use this $50,000 to buy a lot or finance a lot and use those funds to build a house? I'll get into that in a little bit. They say that the price is kind of unknown. Absolutely, it just depends on what kind of home you're looking for. So I'm going to give my thoughts on that in a little bit. Number two, what is the situation with Mexico? Living quite close, is there any need for concern? Not at all. In fact, for some people, they like living that close to Mexico. For example, in Corozal, you can go over to Chetumal, which is a much larger city. They have Sam's Club over there, some other conveniences. So people like the ability to go over to Mexico. Also, you can go to places like Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cancun. Very, very easy because Belize shares that northern border with Mexico. And as far as their need for any sort of concern, I imagine you're referring to like crime spillover, something like that. Absolutely no need for concern there. In fact, I kind of like having Mexico right there because it gives us a spot to go when we want to experience something like the beaches of Playa del Carmen or Cozumel or something like that. So actually, it's pretty cool. Number three, what are the vegetables available? Fruits versus canned or frozen. You hear a lot about the fruit, not so much about the vegetables. What about gardens? Okay, I'll get into that in a minute. Is there internet or Wi-Fi at Secret Beach? Yes, there is. In fact, some of my clients that have built homes there have excellent Wi-Fi. So for example, the nice two-story house that you see on Airbnb, that has excellent Wi-Fi. So does Casanova Cabanas, so has Casa Next to the Sea. For those who do not have good internet systems set up in their house, you can get Wi-Fi through your phones. Sometimes that Wi-Fi isn't as reliable. So it depends on what you're looking to build, what your internet needs are, and that's going to change here over time as power gets into the area, internet lines are ran. But yes, there is Wi-Fi and internet at Secret Beach. Number five, how handicap accessible is the island, especially for those in wheelchairs? Now, I'll answer this question from my own personal view. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. Having lived in the mainland of Belize for 2.5 years and the islands for over 11 years, I will say that it is very challenging for a person in a wheelchair to move and get around in Belize. Now, I know a lot of the resorts do have access for handicap or for wheelchairs. So it's not difficult to find for example, a ground level resort or place with wheelchair ramps and things like that. But I've asked this question before, and I've never seen a person in a wheelchair being able to get off the international flights that have come in and then onto the Tropic or Maya Island air flights. For example, you have to be mobile, I think, in order to walk up those stairs to get in to the Tropic or Maya flights. And even if you take a water taxi to the island, you have to be quite mobile to get off from the dock down into these boats and up out of them. So for that, I would say, I don't know if I'm the right guy to answer that question, but in my opinion, it's not very easily or doable. Now, what I would recommend is maybe you post this question to one of the on-island groups or something like that. But if the person you want to bring down is confined to a wheelchair, if they're able to walk at least some steps, get in and out, that would be one thing. But if they're not able to be mobile at all, that's going to be a challenge for them, I believe. Number six, are the outlets in the houses 110 or 220? 110, same as the US. Seven, the big one for my wife is there Folgers coffee available? She loves her coffee, but would rather buy it, make it than buy it at a coffee shop. No problem. We have great coffee on Ambergris Key. I'll share that with you in a bit. And number eight, we are planning on traveling to Belize at the end of June. Where would you recommend us to stay? Thanks again for taking the time to answer questions. Have a great day. All right. So let me answer a few more of these questions in detail. And I'll do that by doing a share screen. First of all, answering the coffee question, because you guys know I love my coffee. On Ambergris Key, there is this great place called Key Coffee Roasting Company. All right. So look this up when you go there. They supply a lot of the resorts, restaurants, supermarkets, gift shops with excellent roasted coffee that they roast right here on the island. And you can see they have fantastic reviews. So best dark roast in town. Love their coffee. Iced coffee is phenomenal. In our quest to find delicious coffee, we found Key Coffee with the help of TripAdvisor. Um, Thank you, Paul, Marcy, for the amazing coffee. All right, so great spot. So check these guys out. Look at that. Excellent rating, 105, excellent rating. We got a one terrible. Well, I guess everybody is allowed their opinion, right? So definitely check out Key Coffee when you're down. Also, all of the major grocery stores on island carry a multitude of different coffees. I'm not sure about Folgers in particular, but I know they carry a lot of name brands in addition to the good Belizean stuff that you can get here. Now, as far as vegetables, you have a lot of the supermarkets and the fruit and vegetable stands on Amherst Key that carry just a variety of stuff. And almost everything that they carry at these markets was grown in Belize itself. For example, here's one of my favorites, Maria's. And if we just kind of go through the kind of like the pictures here, you have, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbages, squash, tomatoes, green peppers. Let's kind of go down through some of these are all just pictures off of TripAdvisor, I believe. But Maria's is a great place. Okay, you got carrots. Okay, a lot of the fruits, of course, pineapples, mangoes, papayas are all really good. Watermelon, fantastic. Of course, plantains, bananas, all that kind of good stuff. So definitely look up Maria's when you're there. You can get a lot of this stuff fresh. You have zucchini, potatoes, all that kind of good stuff. So I don't think you're going to have a problem finding fruits or vegetables, whatever you want on Ambergris Key. Now, going back to what you could do with your 50,000. All right. So I just went to the Premier Homes construction site. These guys do build and deliver to the island, but I clicked on their prices page and it's been down now for a while. I'm guessing the reason for that is because of the scarcity of wood right now in Belize. They're having some price surges in the cost of wood. So the cost for these homes are going up just because the cost of wood is going up. But for example, if I go to Pletz Home Builders, all right, so these are the prices for homes delivered to the Keys. You can see this key prices. So for example, all these are in Belize dollars. You have the shell price, and then you have the total price. The total price would include your interior. And if we go down to a 20 by 40 house, which is 800 square feet, you can see the total price is 61,135 Belize, which is about 31,000 US dollars. Okay, so 31 US, now that's for the home. Now you're going to have to do some work to the property on Ambergris Key. You're going to have to outfit it with your septic, your solar, or put your post in the ground, get it ready for it to be delivered. So you do got to add quite a bit of cost to that. So sure, it might be $32,000 for the home itself, but then let's say you need to add some site work, some what do you call it? Some pilings in the ground, some septic, water containment, things like that. So let's just say you doubled that. So now you're up to 61,000 US. All right. So let's say 61, you add some furniture in there. So let's say 70 or 75,000 US. is what it would cost to have a home on Ambergris Key complete on your lot. Now, going back to your email, your question, you said you had 50,000 to work with. So if you put down, let's say $5 or $6 or $7,000 on your lot, first of all, you have to make sure that you can get one of those plet homes delivered. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, not all properties on Ambergris Key are in areas where those homes can be delivered. It has to have good road access. The house has to physically be able to go down the road on the back of a truck, right? So it has to not have any low power lines or anything like that. So you got to take a look at the lot you buy. Can it accept the delivery of one of these homes? How much would it be to prep the lot? So what I would recommend for you guys is let me know what areas of the island you're looking at. And then we can start with the lot and location. Once you get your lot picked out, okay, find out if there's financing available. If there is, will the seller let you build before you pay it off? All right, so that's a good question to always ask. Does the seller allow for building before you pay off the property? Do they want to see maybe you pay off half of the property before they allow you to build, things like that? But going back to your email, I think you're in a good spot, because with 50 grand, whether or not today you can buy and build and have a home move-in ready, you're not too far from having that reality, right? So you're just about there with being able to make something happen on Ambergris Key. So we can always get creative too, right? As an example, maybe you're just $25,000 short of making your dreams come true. I get at least one client a week asking me if I know of anybody that needs financing because they're willing to be the bank. So, for example, in a case like this, would it be possible to have an investor come in and sort of partner with you? Now, they would have a lien on the home, right? So if they're going to give you a loan for 25 or 50,000, they're going to want some protections, but it might be possible for you to borrow money from an investor who wants to invest in Belize, or maybe you're even able to pull out some money through a home equity loan, or even just throw it on a credit card, right? So sometimes, my clients can put 20, 30, 40,000 on a credit card and just use that as their way to fund their property in Belize. All right, I think I answered all of your questions, or at least a good amount of them. So thanks a lot. I appreciate the opportunity to work with you guys, and I'll be posting this to my YouTube channel. Looking forward to our Zoom call this weekend. If you need anything in the meantime, let me know. And for all my viewers out there, if you are looking at buying and investing in Belize, let me know. Shoot me an email, buy me coffee. Let's jump on a Zoom call. Be happy to work with you and see how we can get you living the dream in Belize and beyond. Take care, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.